Hi, my name is Dasmyn Sp. You've probably all heard the phrase "sticks and stones can break my bone." Yes, can break bones, but when words will never hurt me. Correct. This isn't really true though, because that one little word that falls from your mouth can eventually end up hurting somebody, because it's like a rock to some people, and you just never know how hard it's gonna hit. Words can sometimes hurt worse than physical pain, in my experience, but these words will eventually reflect back off of that person onto the person that threw them. In the past 18 years of my life, I have been exposed to criticism about everything, over everything, whether it was hair, clothes, weight, the way I talk, my accent, schoolwork, my grades. They all hit me in a way that was just so painful, more painful than anything I've ever felt before. At some point, everyone feels very low in their life and just not wanting to be up for that day. But adding on top of those words will hit and make that day so terrible that you will never be able to fix that again. The person that throws these insults will almost always get something back, whether it is the same thing they criticize them about, they'll get criticized about the same thing, or it could be from just them ruining themselves using that. I personally use the word karma, even though I know it does have some other versions of the word. But this wicked behavior, I will explain through my favorite Aesop story. It's called The Dog and the Fox. It really demonstrates how to not prey on the weak, but if you are, you might as well just be on the same playing field. This story speaks about the dog a group of dogs that jump on a lion that was already hurting down. While eating on this lion, a fox walks by and just humbles them. This version of the story comes from the website Aesop Fables, retrieved on February 3rd, 2023. The story starts with a couple dogs finding a lion that was low and on the ground and proceeding to jump and eat on that lion. The They were just devouring this lion until the fox walked by and commented on the dog's behavior, stating that if the lion was not already hurting down, this lion would have probably killed them. Although nothing actually happens to the dogs in the end, that humbling that the fox did really would make up for it in the end, because they wouldn't be able to do it in the future. One example of this in my life is my sister. Everyone knows that sisters do sisters wrong. Everyone knows this. And that it's just like that's what other sisters do. It's not really unnecessary, but it is very hurtful in the long run. After you do it for so long, that eventually just breaks that person down even more. I've always been considered what they said a wild haired child. A lot of flyaways, a lot of just frizziness, things like that. But at least my hair is healthy, which in the end you'll see where that plays out. My sister, that was their favorite thing to criticize was my hair, because of how my hair is made, it is just untamable, almost. And the more the insults fail, the more I could start to see to get that backlash on her. She would always dye her hair. She would always flat iron and straighten it, things like that. And eventually, one day, when she decided she was gonna bleach it, she actually left it on for way too long. And as she washed it out, that bleach tore all of her hair out. It was funny to me because it's just really showed that all of those insults, now I could use the same to her. I got my revenge. Although I'm not too proud of it now, it was still in the moment kind of thing. I don't regret it, but I do wish I would have different did it differently. Although my story turned out a bit different from the Aesop fable, it teaches us the same story into the sentence, don't kick a man when he is down. This difference comes down to the fact that I got my revenge somehow, but that lion did not. Some people are that lion. If the story probably would have went on a little bit longer, we would have seen that revenge, but it wasn't quite yet. All those words shouldn't hurt, but they can hold down that stone that is just building the house back up. As someone who has had this happen before, just be more aware and careful of what you say to people. Now, how about questions? Thank you.